Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hold My Nuggets Incorporated in the West Wing, where we would cover the 2019 NFL Week 3 post-game analysis show, sponsored by nobody, and it's hosted by the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis. Now, this past week was a very exciting week in football. We had a bevy of great games. I was thoroughly enjoyed by every single game I was able to catch. Out of all 16, I believe I saw 13 through and through, and the last three I was skimming through it. I didn't get an opportunity to sit down and watch all of it from start to finish. But I think moving forward, I'll probably have to end up skimming through all these games because I got a lot of things that's going on in life. I got to go and execute on those things. Can't just be sitting here watching football all doggone day. But some of the games are somewhat entertaining, so I sat down and I watched it from start to finish. But nonetheless, okay, let's cover exactly what transpired. First and foremost, we had our Thursday night football game. The Titans taking on the Jaguars, where Gardner Minshew came out here, put down his nutsack, and rubbed it all over the Tennessee Titans defense. Now, this game surprised me because the Tennessee Titans had the Jaguars number for 4 consecutive games, I believe. And you saw Derrick Henry go out there. He activated his dreadlock powers. He usually rubs it on the Jacksonville Jaguars defense. That was not the case. Okay, the Titans looked like a JV squad out there. They could do nothing. Jags defense was doing whatever the hell they wanted to Marcus Mariota. More importantly, this was the game in which Tyler Lewin looked as if he was extremely needed. Or I should say, back-to-back games, Tennessee actually had issues like that outside of their first game. I can't remember what the result of their second game was. Who did they play last week? I think Butler was still getting cooked. Whatever the case was, he got cooked once again this past game. I don't know what the deal is with Tennessee's defense. They're just so up and down, and we constantly saw Minshew go down the field in the first half and go and put points on the board. Although I think they scored 14 points off of turnovers. But nonetheless, the Jags, they got the job done. Titans, they need to get some work done. And which was funny because we did see Jalen Ramsey play amidst the trade rumors, and apparently this particular week he's talking about he's not going to practice because he's sick. So we'll see how things transpire. A lot of people are saying he's actually sick, so who knows? But that's not what we're talking about right now. What we're talking about is the Jacksonville Jaguars winning 20-7 over the Tennessee Titans. Big time win, divisional game win, AFC conference win. Good W for Jacksonville. Next, the Bengals taking on the Bills. This game was intriguing. All right, because the Bengals came back from 14 down, took the lead at 17, and then all of a sudden the Bills went all the way down the field. Their rookie tight end is a grown man. Knox, he done ran somebody over, stiff-armed somebody, straight up killing people, and then old man Gore done went into the end zone. I thought I was watching ECW. Rhino came on the field because he gored his way into the end zone. See what I did there? Wrestling fans know. But nonetheless, all right, once again, the Bills are showing resiliency. Down 16-0 against the Jets in week 1. They go on and win. Week 2, playing against the Giants. Well, they had to lead pretty much the entire game outside of that opening touchdown from Saquon Barkley. But they got a W there. And once again, you had a lead, you lost it, you found a way to win. Sensational job. The Bills start out 3-0. A lot of people have been talking about, man, you better watch out for the Bills this season. I'm not one to jump the gun, but they're playing impressive football right now. Now, they may have played the Jets, Giants, and Bengals, but winning football games is winning football games. All right? You win ball games, you build confidence for when you play against a real contender. So that's nothing that should be taken away from them. All right? For the Bengals, another disappointing loss. Another disappointing loss. You opened up the season with a back and forth with Seattle. You lost that game. Then you got shellacked against the 49ers. And then now you fought your way back and still happened to lose. That's disappointing. But I'll say this much. It was a good game. But you got to tip your hat to the Bills. They found a way to win out there in Buffalo Wild Wings. Everybody 60-cent wings tonight. Okay, or was that yesterday night? I think it's on Tuesday they sell those. Dolphins and Cowboys. This was a very surprising good game. All right, because the first half was back and forth, and the Dolphins appeared as if they was going down the field to go and score just before halftime. And then Kenyon Drake decided, hey, I like chocolate. It's a little bit before Halloween by 1 month. Why don't I have some Butterfingers, man? Fumbled on the play. DeMarcus Lawrence done picked up the ball, and all the momentum of the Dolphins left after that. It was all Cowboys after. I believe they went to halftime 10-6, and then the game ended 31-6. Dak Prescott was doing whatever the hell he wanted. I'm sure you guys who watch NFL films, you saw the man talking about, spicy sandwiches or spicy nuggets or whatever the hell it was. This man was taking over. Amari Cooper could not be covered. The defense of the Cowboys was doing whatever the hell they wanted in the second half. The Dolphins just look bad, man. They just look bad. They've only been able to squander up 16 points in the entire season. It's terrible. The Cowboys is 3-0. And although they played the three worst teams in the league, in Miami, the Giants, who they playing week 2? Don't matter. They got a W. Was it the Cardinals? I can't remember. But yeah, I think it was the Cardinals. But they're still W's all day. Cowboys is winning, man. Cowboys is winning. We them boys. We got that. We them boys. We're going to the Super Bowl. I'm happy for those guys. They out there. They playing ball. All right. Eagles and Lions. The only story of this game is the Eagles drop. The Lions came out there. They were playing football. He had a kick return for a touchdown. Matthew Stafford played stellar for the most part. The run game was not really existent for both teams at that. But still, the Lions were able to pull away with the W. But the Eagles could not catch a football. Constant drops. Carson Wentz is already under duress because his offensive line is underperforming. Then you have time where the balls is hitting receivers in the hands and they can't catch. You're getting paid to do one job. Catch the damn football. No reason why you should be dropping the football. It's hilarious because on the news after there was a fire in Philadelphia, one of the fans happened to say, oh, well, we was catching babies that was being thrown out the window, unlike Aguilar. It's hilarious. But class act from Aguilar, he did invite that guy, to a game, so we're going to see how things play out with that. But he's got to show up and show out, man. Back-to-back weeks, you got a ton of drops. Ton of drops. That's what cost the Eagles last week against the Falcons. If Aguilar catches that pass, he probably runs into the end zone and scores. Now, there's still time on the clock for the Falcons to respond, but that's a touchdown that should have been, on the scoreboard. And this particular week, ton of drops. Too many drops. Get your head out of your ass, man. You guys won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Go out there and play as if you know how to get there. It's ridiculous. You can't keep dropping the football, man. Stop playing games, man. Eagles, they done lost 27-24. Next, Jets and Patriots. This game wasn't even close. Don't let the scoreboard fool you. The Jets offense did absolutely nothing. I couldn't tell you if they had a snap on the Patriots territory. They had a special teams touchdown, which was a muffed punt they brought into the end zone. Then they had a pick 6 from Jamal Adams. Outside of that, nothing. Now, is them to blame because you have all of those injuries? You got no quarterback. You're playing with your third string? Not necessarily. But the play calling got to be a little bit better. But the Patriots show why they're the best team in the AFC. All right, they've never given up an offensive touchdown yet this season. Although it's only been 3 games, they ain't give one up. Tom Brady was once again extremely sharp. The only interception that was a pick 6 wasn't even from him. It was from the backup quarterback. Man, the Patriots looking scary, dog. They looking scary. They out here, they playing magnificent football. They getting it done. They don't really play no contender until they see Baltimore, and I think that's in week 8 or something like that. They're playing great football, man. They're playing great football. Good W for the Patriots. Next, the Falcons and the Colts. This game was interesting. This game was very interesting because Matt Ryan only had 5 incompletions, and I believe he had 1 interception, right, with 3 TDs. Julio Jones over 100 yards. Virtually no run game at all. And Jacoby Brissett, 2 TDs. T.Y. Hilton went off. The only big blemish on the Colts' performance is the injury to T.Y. Hilton. I believe in the second half he ain't played. But the Falcons' offense fell behind early. Matt Ryan was extremely efficient, but they were failing on third downs. So when the Colts jumped out to a lead, the Falcons had to play catch-up once again. And when you constantly have to find yourself playing catch-up, there's not all the times you're going to win. All right, we saw week 1, they were getting shellacked. Then week 2, they finally was able to pull out a W, but they had a lead and lost it. Now in week 3, they're playing from behind, trying to catch up. This team is extremely inconsistent. They get a lead, they can't hold it. They lose a lead, they have to fight to try to, get back into the game. Then when you're falling behind, let's try to go chase them and play. What's wrong with y'all, man? What's wrong with y'all? What is the Falcons' brand of football? Because they have no identity right now. Matt Ryan is still doing his job. All right, he's not playing bad. Julio, 3 consecutive games with a touchdown. He's doing his thing. Is the defense suffering? You had a pretty much season-ending injury to Keanu Neal, who just had an issue last year. So something gotta give, man. Guys gotta figure out what the hell they're gonna do moving forward, because you can't be this great of a team with all of this talent and can't find ways to win ball games. But kudos to the Colts and Jacoby Brissett looking extremely poised. I am thoroughly impressed by the way this man is playing football, man. I am thoroughly impressed, making me so damn proud. I'm happy for that guy. Good W for the Colts, winning 27-24. Then the Raiders and the Vikings. This game wasn't even close. It didn't even feel as if it was as close as the score you saw on the scoreboard, because the Raiders ended up scoring, I think, late in the fourth quarter anyway, because it was down like 31-7 or something like that. Outside of the Vikings nearly getting 200 yards on the ground yet again, defensively they looked very good. The Raiders and Derek Carr actually did not look bad. Or I should say, Derek Carr didn't look bad. And their tight end looked very good. But outside of those two, there was nothing. Virtually no run game whatsoever. They could not convert really on third downs like that. And defensively, they could not stop the run. Kirk, family member, didn't have to do too much through the year. All right, and Adam Thielen got himself 2 touchdowns in 2 different ways. The Vikings, they're looking all right. They just got to stay consistent moving forward. I would hope that they could. Then the Raiders, pardon me, the Ravens and the Chiefs, 28-33 in favor of the Chiefs. The second consecutive game in which the Chiefs did not score anything in the first quarter, only to see them give up, or I should say put up, 20 plus points in the second. Last week it was 28. This week it was 23. Lamar Jackson got outclassed by Patrick Mahomes. Bottom line, we're trying to make this a QB rivalry, but it's not even close. This man is the best quarterback in the league as of right now. We talk about talent, best quarterback in the league. I used to think Aaron Rodgers had all of the, intangibles. He had all of those fundamentals, things that we've never seen before. Patrick Mahomes is a different kind of animal, man. This dude, he's different. He's different. I've never seen a man throw the football the way he throws the football. He plays a whole different style, and he shows that on a week-by-week basis. LaShawn McCoy is now he's working his way into this offense. He scored 2 different touchdowns 2 different ways. Travis Kelce's doing his thing. McCole Hardman, he's doing his thing. Although he really only had 2 catches. But that long touchdown, he was pretty much wide open. Andy Reid showing why he's an offensive genius. But again, I'll never judge an Andy Reid team by the regular season. I need to see it get done in the playoffs. We can do all this singing and praising right now. He's got to be able to get it done in the playoffs. We know they're going to be there, so I'll judge that Andy Reid team at that point. Defensively, I was impressed by how the Chiefs played. Ultimately, in the fourth quarter, the Ravens came all the way back. Mark Ingram looks very good. Very good. Had 3 touchdowns, over 100 yards on the ground. Lamar Jackson got exposed. He got exposed. He did not play good football this game. Did not play good football whatsoever. And that's one of the reasons why the Chiefs walked away with a 33-28 victory. Very good game for them. Next, the Packers and the Broncos, where the Packers came away with a 27-16 win. I'll say this much. Aaron Rodgers, once again, a good game. On the ground, Aaron Jones found his way into the end zone. Defensively, very good game for the Packers. For the Broncos, what are you guys doing, man? I don't know if John Elway is throwing a bunch of questions at the quarterback position. I don't know if he's wondering what he's going to do moving forward with Flacco. Phillip Lindsay finally made an appearance with those 2 touchdowns, but they were from inside the red zone. So I don't know if you're really going to be impressed with the motion and the offense of the Broncos. Defensively, it's really only about 3 names they have over there. They're in a rebuilding phase, all right? They're in a rebuilding phase. They got to go and, scoop up some players, figure out what their identity is going to be. And the Packers are 3-0. And I told you guys, you better watch out for them Packers, man. They playing football. They coming this year. They coming back. Everybody want to joke about Aaron Rodgers and the Packers missing the playoffs 2 consecutive years. Well, they coming. They coming. At LaFleur, he's calling great plays. He's out there. He's got chemistry with Aaron Rodgers. They're having fun. And the Packers have a top 5 defense where we stand right now. And last time Aaron Rodgers had that, they won a Super Bowl. You better start paying attention to the Packers, man. One of the best teams in the NFC. They coming. Good victory for them. Next, the Panthers and the Cardinals. Kyler Murray looked very stellar in the first half. He did. But then Kyle Allen blew the hell up. 4 TDs. No interceptions, I believe. This man was slinging it. Greg Olsen into the end zone twice. Christian McCaffrey over 150 yards on the ground and a TD. The offense looked very nice. I'm not going to say, Kyle Allen's better than Cam. I'm not going to say that much. He did play against the Cardinals of all teams. So that's something that cannot be ignored. No, the Cardinals did not play the Cowboys week 2. Just came back to me because I said that earlier. I said, maybe they played against the Cardinals. It wasn't that. I'm trying to remember who they played in week 2. It's going to come to me when the Cowboys played in week 2. I'm going to remember. But we ain't talking about that right now. The Cardinals in the second half was a completely different team. The Panthers took over. Could not be stopped. They did their game. They won 38-20. They look good. Now, there's a lot of questions about Cam Newton. As I said earlier, I don't think he's better than Cam. I don't think he fits the offense better than Cam. Cam is hurt. Let Cam get healthy. Give Kyle Allen time to, hold it down until Cam comes back. But if Cam were to come back in week 8 and Kyle Allen got his team undefeated since he came and started, well, you got to roll with the hot hand. But where we stand right now, very, very nice performance. But then again, you're playing against the Cardinals, but that can't be ignored because they're in the National Football League and you win games, that builds confidence. So I'm interested to see how this goes moving forward. But good W for the Panthers. Next, the Giants and the Bucks. Okay. Janoris Jenkins got all of the pubic hair of Mike Evans in his teeth, and on top of his dreads, inside of his helmet. 3 TDs. 3 TDs in the first half. Man was getting cooked. Put him on the breakfast menu. Murdered. Jameis Winston playing sensational football. And what happens? Discount clearance aisle, great value, holiday sale. Eli Manning, Daniel Jones goes on the field. Brings the Giants back from 18 down with no Saquon Barkley. Sensational performance. 2 pass touchdowns through the air, 2 rush touchdowns on the ground. Call him FedEx. He Aaron Brown that day, man. Oh my Lord, sensational game from that man. He came to play. Evan Ingram finally showed up. Magnificent one-hand catch. The Giants defense, they gave up the opportunity to win for the Bucks. Because on the final possession, Jameis Winston found Mike Evans once again. Field goal range, 34-yard chip shot. Mad homosexual, not heterosexual, gay, kicks the ball. It's wide to the right. Once again, a Tampa Bay Buccaneer kicker screws Tampa Bay over. And for some apparent reason, the past 3 games in which the Giants played against the Buccaneers, the games have always been entertaining. I don't know what the deal is, but those games always entertaining. But once again, it comes down to the kicker, and the kicker lets their team down. Ridiculous. But for the Giants, you may have a player, but don't jump the gun. Even Ryan Leaf had a very good first 2 games. So let's see where Daniel Jones moves from here. But where he stands right now, is he better than Eli Manning? Well, yesterday, or I should say on Sunday, he definitely was. But that's yet to be seen. Eli's not what he was before. But then again, he only had 4 good seasons and only had 2 good years in the playoffs in which he actually won a game. But hey, I'm not the one who's going against you two about Eli Manning. We ain't talking about that right now. Good W for the Giants. For Tampa, you might want to waterboard your kicker. I don't care what he made before. If you can't make it when I need you to, you might need to waterboard that man. Saints and Seahawks. This game was very surprising because I thought the Seahawks playing at home was going to come out and later smack it down on the Saints. But the Saints showed why they were an NFC Championship team last year. You had Alvin Kamara, Shinsuke Nakamura, the power of the dreadlocks. Like I told you guys, Sean Payton should rely on him. And indeed, he did. 69 yards on the ground, 92 yards through the air, 2 different touchdowns. Teddy Bridgewater didn't turn the football over. He threw 2 touchdowns. Michael Thomas only had 54 yards, but he caught a touchdown. Utilize your stars. And that's exactly what the Saints did. The Seahawks did not touch Bridgewater. He did not go down. The protection from the Saints absolutely blew me away. Not a single sack from the Seahawks defense. Russell Wilson threw for over 400 yards, but it simply was not enough. It wasn't enough. They were down the entire game, and then finally they started to come back, but it was a little too late. They scored 2 touchdowns in the last 3 minutes. It did not matter because the game was already over. Sensational game from the Saints. Sensational effort. For the Seahawks, this is one of those games where you're like, did that just happen? Did I overlook that team because they had no starting quarterback? And go and regroup. It's nothing to be, overthought about. It happens. Sometimes you lay an egg. But I did not see that coming from the Saints, man. Kudos to the Saints. Who Dat Nation. Sensational game. That was magnificent. For the Seahawks, bounce back. I know you guys will. Then, the Texans and the Chargers. This game, this was confusing because I don't understand how the Chargers lost. I don't. Their defense, the defensive line only got 2 sacks? It's the Texans. They couldn't block anything. They couldn't find a block if they bought Legos. It's ridiculous. And you only got 2 sacks? And the Chargers gave up 5 sacks. What? Going into the game, when I looked at the game at the end of it versus what I thought the game would be, I was scratching my head all day. Virtually no running game at all. It was a battle of the quarterback. Keenan Allen took advantage of the defense. 11 catches, I think 183 yards and 2 TD. Took advantage of the Texans defense. And still the Chargers lost. Back-to-back games when they should have won, they lost. What is going on in Los Angeles? The Texans showed their resiliency, man. No disrespect to them. Not taking anything away from them. But the Chargers should have won this game. Now Melvin Gordon is sitting at his house rubbing his hands together like Montgomery Burns. Excellent. Because now he knows he's going to have to get paid. Austin Eckler looked good in the first game, and since he's done nada. It's ridiculous. Anti-condom, no pull-out Bobby, Phillip Rivers. There's only so much the old man can do if he ain't getting help from nobody else. He's only got Allen balling. Outside of that, nobody else doing their job. The Chargers should not have lost this game. I haven't seen Arnold Schwarzenegger in weeks. I'm yet to hear the man, and now go Chargers. Go. It doesn't happen. Come on, Los Angeles. What are y'all doing? Sensational game. By the Texans to be able to go out there and win. But oh my Lord, I was shocked. 2 sacks. Wow. Gotta be kidding me. Oh, and there was a Watt on Watt battle. There's the first game in which Watt actually got to play against his brother while he was on the field. Then when he played against Pittsburgh last year, he wasn't playing. So that must have been fun. Childhood dream come true. Then the Rams and the Browns, Sunday Night Football. Only thing I got to say about this game is Baker Mayfield and Freddie Kitchens. Both of these dudes got to step it up. Baker was 50%. I think it was like 18 for 36. Not really a good performance. Once again, not even seeing open receivers. It's very confusing. Very confusing. I don't understand. The offensive play calling is abysmal. Nick Chubb on the ground at 96 yards on, I think it was like 24 carries or something. This man did not touch the ball on the final drive. They were inside the 5. You threw 4 consecutive passes. 4th and 9 minutes left to play. You got 3 timeouts on the Rams 40-yard line. You go for it and you run a screen? What are y'all doing? And not once watching this game did I feel as if the Browns were completely out of it. It wasn't like the Rams were playing sensational. Jared Goff wasn't playing great football. The only guy offensively who was doing a thing for the Rams was Cooper Kupp. That was it. That was it. Defensively, Aaron Donald was walking to the quarterback. Dante Fowler was walking to the quarterback. The offensive line for the Browns was absolutely terrible. They showed a stat where when Baker Mayfield held the ball for under 2.5 seconds, the man was like 12 for 13. After, when he held it over 2.5, he was like 2 for 7. I don't know what the number was. It was high. It was terrible. So, if you know that, put Put in bang plays, hot routes, all this other stuff. Get the ball out of his hands. Why is he holding on to it? Baker's out there playing backyard football, man. He's playing backyard football. He reads his first option. If it's not there, this man just goes into, all right, bet we about to do man zealot out here. What are you guys doing? It's on Baker and Kitchens, man. They got to get their head out of their ass. I don't want to hear nothing about the offensive line because we've seen quarterbacks go out there with terrible offensive lines and win games and play exceptional football. Deshaun Watson done did it. Big Ben, when he was young, done did it. Phillip Rivers done did it. Hell, freaking all these other, the Aaron Rodgers done did it. Guys got to get it done. Matt Ryan done did it. If Baker is supposed to be as good as you guys, the media, and all these other fans been saying, he's got to be able to step up. And I understand he's in year 2, but everybody's talking about this man like he was a top 10 quarterback coming into this season. He's a potential MVP candidate because of the pieces he's got around him. Well, he's got to play better football. It's on him and Kitchens. Bottom line, they have got to play better football because this was a game the Browns should have won. This was a game the Browns should have won. Not once did the Rams feel as if they were in complete control. The Browns blew this game. Blew the game. Play better, man. Play better. Monday Night Football, Bears taking on the Redskins. Taylor Gabriel took out his nutsack in the second half. Pardon me. Second quarter, 3 touchdowns. Mitch Trubisky only had 6 incompletions, 1 interception, 3 TDs, all to Gabriel. He had 311 yards, played very well. On the ground, I wish to see some more from David Montgomery. But the Bears defense, 5 turnovers, 3 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, or I should say 3 forced fumbles. What the hell are the Redskins doing? They couldn't stop anything. Case Keenum, Jay Gruden. Only one thing that I have to say about that second half. Because forget the first half and all the interceptions, the fumble, the back-to-back drive, whatever. Case Keenum starts to bring the Redskins back. 4th and 1. You dive over the O-line to try to say, oh, well, the ball passed, so it's a first. You can only do that to break the plane on the goal line. Forward progress doesn't work like that. I need to understand what was the conversation as to why this man, Case Keenum, dove over the O-line to try to get the first down. How do you not understand in the field of play, you have to actually get forward to get the first down? Jumping and poking the ball, it's not basketball. It's not, oh, let me clear the ball, put my toe, or just put the ball past the line, turn back around and go. That's not how football works. Stupid. Where's Randy Orton when you need him? Stupid. Where's 6'9" when you need him? Snitching. Stupid. I don't understand. I don't understand. W for clubbed up, but holy smokes, man. Things like that make me wonder why people are working in the National Football League. Because that, wow. But hilarious moment of that game, Vernon Davis lagged on a hurdle. That was funny, but we ain't talking about that right now. Watch the commentary, I covered it. Now, finally, last but not least, the Steelers taking on the San Francisco 49ers, in which the 49ers walked away with a 24-20 lead, or I should say win. And I'll say this much, Pittsburgh found every way to lose this game. 5 turnovers. 5. You had 4 in the first half. You were only able to generate 6 points off of turnovers. That's not good football. Juju Smith-Schuster is the number 1 receiver. He ain't playing like it. 3 catches, 81 yards. Who gives a hell about the long touchdown? What does that mean? You subtract that long touchdown, you only had about 16, 17 yards on 2 catches through the entire game. James Conner, you're supposed to be a number 1 running back. 43 yards on the ground. Yet another game, 3rd consecutive game, you are yet to break 50 yards. Abysmal performance. Mason Rudolph actually had some time this particular game. He had sacked too many times, but he's not making good reads himself, but he's being confined down by the offensive coordinator. Let this man sling the ball down the field. He's not a dinking and dunking quarterback. They cost this man an opportunity to go out there and play football and win against a good team. Jimmy Garoppolo did his job, although he did throw 2 picks. He did his job. On the ground, Raheem Mostert was able to get yards when he had to. Matt Brady was able to get yards when he had to. Good W for the 49ers. And they showed, hey, we're 3-0 as well. We just may be the real deal. So congrats to all the teams that happen to win. This has been your 2019 NFL Week 3 post-game analysis show. I am the host, the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis. We're going to be right back here tonight for the pregame of week 4. You guys enjoy your Wednesday.